Am I the a-hole for forcing my parents to keep disowning my half-brother? My parents never got along with me 21M. They clearly favored my half-brother Junior 23M. My dad was especially harsh since he wasn't what I considered an ideal son. My grandparents started a fairly successful small HVAC business in our area, and my father has a job there, but no real power, with the actual business ownership belonging to a trust. My grandfather didn't trust my father with financial decisions. 3 years ago, my dad found some old diaries my mom had, and in them she detailed an affair that went on until the affair partner died 12 years ago in a car wreck. They argued for days, precisely because the trust that owns the business will be going to only biological grandchildren. My grandfather hated my mom and suspected her of fooling around. My parents agreed to reconcile if Junior and I took DNA tests. Both Junior and my dad were sure I would not biologically be related and they would get to kick the bastard out. Well, 3 years ago we went to the lab, went to a lawyer's office, and the tests came in. I was my father's son. Junior was not. What's more is the house we live in was also to go to only biological grandchildren, and my birthday was coming up. My father was subdued on the drive home, but Junior was still mouthy. My father, to his credit, tried to mend fences that night. He looked awful. He cried. He begged for forgiveness. He asked what he could do to start making things up. I said kick the bastard out. My parents begged, pleaded for me to try anything but that. Set up family counseling, get us fixed. I wouldn't budge. I pointed out they were fully ready to kick me out that night if I wasn't my father's son. My father kicked Junior out that night, but he was doing it full of tears. I must confess, my relationship with my parents did not get better. My father acts like a broken man, and my mother is just silent. Honestly, they should have divorced long ago, but they don't argue anymore. I started working at the family business, going to college on the side. My parents are outright timid around me now. My father would try to spend time with me, but I brush him off. Lately, they would both ask if I was willing to have the three of us contact Junior and have all of us mend fences. I keep refusing and ask if it was me. Would you even be asking? My mentor at my grandfather's business knows the situation and has asked me if I'm doing this because I want to hurt them or if I want to avoid being hurt. Am I the a-hole?
Here are the top comments.
Not the a-hole. This goofy family has dropped more crap on you from their inability to have healthy relationships than you should ever have to deal with.
Not the a-hole, but I think you are going about it the wrong way. There should be no credit to your father. The only reason he tried to rebuild a relationship with you right away is because he found out you are their meal ticket. I can't even imagine the heartache you must have grown up with. What that car ride to the clinic before you knew the truth must have felt like. The fear of thinking you were about to be kicked out of the only family you have known. My advice to you is to get therapy. Accept that your birth family is never going to be what you want them to be. You already grew up, and they already messed up your childhood. Figure out what you want for your life and pursue that. Remember, you owe them nothing. The business and the house belong to your grandparents and now you. Put yourself first, since they never bothered to do that for you.